Okay, so we're live. Welcome to our Pacific Rim US stand-up. With me today here, it's Patrick and Vijaya. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Good. Okay, so let us start with you, Patrick.
Okay, so I reviewed PRs, forget which ones. I did some research on viewing docs in line, and I decided that we should probably go with, this is for the story for the employer to be able to see the most up-to-date version of the job seeker's resume. So I suggested to Laura, who's got that story, that we start with just being able to download the most recent version of the resume so the employer can do that. And then maybe we add inline viewing later. Maybe it's a post-MVP thing. So and I added a bunch of detail to that particular story, the download, to kind of help her get oriented on how to proceed to start. I created a few stories by reviewing the UX review again, some very simple stories, mostly cosmetic. I spent some time yesterday talking on Slack with Arun about some stories. He had a question about Pundit, and I also asked him about another one that he's working on, which is, I think it was Mailgun. He's working on that. But yeah, he had, I believe, a story on Paginate for the job seeker homepage, and I had some comments there. He didn't know about that, so I pointed him at him. He said he'd work on them because that story is getting, that pull request is getting, is aging. And I also tried to access the sandbox, the Crunchy sandbox, and I wasn't successful. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So that's it for me.
Okay, Vijaya?
Yeah, I create the pull request. Upstream development, I merge it into my local development. I create the no branch for the. I think I also in the story 435 Pundit implementation for the branch control. I'm working on that. No block.
Okay, so today I reviewed some PRs and merged two of them, I think. And merged also the PR for the Cruncher. And that was it for me today. Okay, so any question?
So is the sandbox ready to go?
I don't know.
It's 5 nines, right?
Yeah, it should be.
I can't. Did you change the name or password for authentication for that?
No.
Yeah, I can't. I get a 401 return every time, not authorized.
Have you tried without 5 nines into a normal?
Yeah, that works. I haven't tried that recently, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. Let's see. I'll try right now. Cruncher. The V2. Let me authorize against version 2. Yeah, that works fine. I get a token back. Go back into V99999. Authorize. I get 401 unauthorized.
Okay. Okay, so apparently what happened is that it didn't push the changes. So
Oh, the red hat.
yeah, he apparently
Okay.
saw that no changes were made and nothing happened. So
You never see what my hair looked like until I doing this.
okay, so anything else?
Is it there now?
No. And I'm not sure if I can solve this today, at least for now. Eventually later, if I turn on the Linux box.
Okay. Can you let me know when it's ready so I can play with it?
Yep.
All right. That's it for me then.
Okay. So I think I had some question on the on some PRs. There's one PR that's there for some time now, and there's also, so Arun was not aware that he had a PR to change.
He wasn't aware that I had put comments against that. I'm not sure why, but maybe he's just not looking at the notify channel.
Okay. About the one from Mega.
Yeah. So I just had two very minor comments, and I had a third one, but I realized that third comment didn't pertain to this story. So I actually created a story for that third comment today, a separate story. So I only have two minor comments that she should look at for her story right now.
Okay, so what do you think about the change? She said she didn't want to do the change or something like that. The one for the assignable list, because we were not going to use it.
We only have one type of task, she says, for a company, and so it's always the same assign list, so we don't have to go through a second level of indirection to determine it. We can just go directly to the assignable list, which is company contacts. So I see that. I see her point. On the other hand, when we add a second task that it can be assigned to a company person, we have to make that change at that point. It might be better to do it with the generic functionality so it's easily extensible. So the second task is just adding a second task as opposed to also changing this particular assignment statement to follow the standard architecture.
What do you think we should do? We should just ask her to change it nevertheless, or not really?
Well, again, I mean, if we add a second task, then this person who does that story has to add a second task, but also has to change this particular piece to conform with the overall architecture, general architecture. So I would suggest, yeah, we go ahead and make it consistent with what we're doing for agency.
Okay.
It's a little bit more processing. I see her point. She also uses a role string in there, which again, she's trying to, I guess, be maybe more efficient, but I'd rather her see it put a symbol into the hash there. This reminds me of that argument we had with Salim, who wanted to hardwire in strings as opposed to hash values achieved with a key. And he was trying to argue performance. And the performance difference was nanoseconds. But anyway.
Okay. And the one from Sandhya. You had a comment there. Okay. Okay, so that's all for me.
She has a merge issue that she didn't pick up on, but
oh yeah, that's the one.
I think once she does that, in fact, I did it on my local version of her branch, made that change, and the Cucumber all ran fine.
Yeah, this was broken from the beginning, and we have there a bunch of commits and merges and stuff that changed 25 files, and I doubt that you changed 25 files.
Yeah, it's gotten really big. The confusing thing is that select to, well, you know this, evidently, it allows you to search, it requires you to search on not just the ID, but a prepend and a postpend string attached to the ID that you specify. So it's kind of confusing when you're first trying to figure out what's going on. Since I've never used that sleeper2 library, or excuse me, that select2 library.
Yeah. Okay, so from my side, I think that's all. I'll see if I turn on the Linux boxes, see if I can solve the problem, and see if I can get it working today.
Yeah, it's we probably won't be voting on stories tomorrow for the matching, but I can see maybe Friday or certainly early next week we're going to have to vote on some stories for matching at this point. Run out of other stuff to do, so it'd be good to have that sandbox ready to go.
Okay, so anything else?
Not for me.
No?
But are you good on pundit and all that? Any
Yeah.
questions you have on that? Just ping either Hugh or myself.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
I guess
so
that's it.
I'll
Okay, bye.
see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
All right. All right. Have a good evening. Bye now.
Bye.